Hey there, this is Jonathan, and in this set of tutorials we are going to take a look at creating a website from scratch using my favorite builder for WordPress called Oxygen. Now, I made a video already which introduces you to basically how Oxygen kind of works, and we'll get to a lot of those same features throughout this series of videos as well. So you can start here if you like. Anyway, Oxygen is amazing for what it can do. To try it out, what you want to do is go down to the very bottom where it says Try Oxygen, and we're going to click on that, and we're going to choose a blank install. Now you need to put in your number and then click Submit, and what this will do is it will install a sandbox version of Oxygen with everything already installed and ready to go. Now, when it pops up into the next screen, you do want to be aware that you want to create the blank website from scratch. So here you go. You don't want to do the pre-made one, you want to do a blank installation. And what this does is this makes sure you basically don't have any pages or templates or anything else. If you go and you look at your website, you'll see it looks pretty bad. Sometimes you need to refresh if you want to be able to see that thing come up, but it doesn't have any styling at all. And we're going to fix a lot of that as we go forward. Now, do be aware real quick that there are 3 different plugins that are installed. We have Oxygen itself, and then we have WooCommerce and the Gutenberg integration. And I'm going to turn off the Oxygen elements and the Gutenberg for right now because I'm not going to be using the WooCommerce in these tutorials. I'm just using Oxygen. Now, with Oxygen, do be aware that there are some settings that you want to be aware of at the very beginning. Now, some of those settings, real quick, are how you want it to cache different things, how you want it to use IE10, if you want to assign it to different roles, and then the post type manager is a really important thing. I typically hide Oxygen on everything except for my pages, and then you might have to turn it on for some of these other blocks, and that is because we might need them because it has the blocks installed. Security is only there if you're moving it from one website to another. Now here I will often get rid of certain things that that are bloat, let's say, and so there you go. We'll take that out. And then this other thing, which is really going to be important for us, is whether or not it makes this a design set or not, and whether or not it uses default design sets. And you'll see how those are used as we go forward. I'm not going to make this one a design set, and that's certainly something you should look at later on. Now, the next thing that we need to be aware of is that I have some files for you to already look at. It looks like I am missing one of my links already. Somehow I got rid of it. So I will bring that up. Okay, here it is. So another thing that you need to look up is in the description of this tutorial, you want to find the link to the builder or to the XML file that I'm linking to. And this is so you can install the demo content. What you want to do is you want to download that file. So I'm going to go ahead and download that XML file and save it. So I'm going to put it where I need it. So downloads, temp downloads, here we go. And then if you want, you can also download that simple URL, but we'll find that here in just a little bit. Now, another thing that we want to be aware of is that since we are using Oxygen, when we go to our themes, you'll see that all of our themes are going to be grayed out. And the reason why is because Oxygen actually replaces everything, all of the contents of your themes. So one of the things that I do is I deactivate Oxygen. I go to my themes and I basically uninstall all of them. I really don't want any of the themes that are going to have to be updated and could potentially be a security threat, I guess, possibly. And instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my GitHub page, and there's something I have called WordPress Simple Theme. And this is a very, very, very simple theme. And I use this with Oxygen Builder and with Elementor Pro. And all you have to do is download this. So I'm going to download the zip. I'll put it in my temp downloads. And then I'm going to add this by uploading that file. So I've got a lot of different files there, temp downloads, and here's that simple theme. So it's going to install that extremely simple theme, and it basically has nothing in it at all. Now you can get rid of all of the other themes that you need, and basically just have one theme in here that has pretty much nothing in it, and doesn't really matter because Oxygen once again doesn't use that theme. If you're using Elementor Pro, check out my tutorials there, because that's where this simple theme can actually do a lot of good for you as well. But nice thing about it is that it doesn't have to be updated. Now once you've gotten rid of all the other themes, go ahead back and activate Oxygen. And when we come back to our themes, you'll see they're all grayed out again, which means we're not using them anymore. But now we won't have to do any updates in the future. Okay, so the next thing that we have is that if you look at our pages and our posts, we basically have nothing in here. So that's where that other XML file is useful. I'm going to go to my tools and go to import, install the WordPress importer, run it, and now I want to choose that XML file which has the demo content XML. What this is going to do is create some pages and some posts for us, and we can go ahead and just make everything the admin, and we're going to download and import our file attachments. And this is going to create a bunch of pages for us, and it's going to create a bunch of posts as well. So there's our posts, then we have our pages, lots of pages, and it's also going to install just a couple demo images, and that's it, just a couple very small images, not much. Now you'll also notice if I go to my appearance menus, we actually have a menu now as well, which is really helpful because now we have a menu to use with Oxygen itself. So make sure that you kind of get things set up, and once you get things set up, then we are ready to get going on the next part of this tutorial, and that's where we're going to start creating our templates. So let's go on to the next tutorial.